Imagine walking through life with an unshakable sense of calm. No matter what challenges arise, criticism, setbacks, or even personal conflicts, you navigate through them with grace, wisdom, and composure. Imagine a state of being where external negativity no longer disrupts your inner peace. This isn't a superpower reserved for a select few, it's a skill anyone can develop through awareness, discipline, and practice. In this journey of emotional mastery, we will explore how Buddhist teachings provide profound insights into managing emotions, staying composed under pressure, and transforming anger into a source of wisdom. This video will not only outline key Buddhist concepts but also integrate real-life applications, engaging stories, and practical strategies to help you cultivate serenity in the face of life's storms. Let's begin by uncovering the core principle: your emotions are within your control. The illusion of emotional control by others. One of the most common misconceptions is that external events or other people's actions determine our emotions. We often say, "They made me angry," or "That situation ruined my day." But in truth, emotions originate from within. They are responses that we, consciously or unconsciously, choose. Story: The Two Monks and the Woman. In a well-known Buddhist parable, two monks were walking toward their monastery when they encountered a woman struggling to cross a river. One monk, bound by strict rules against touching women, hesitated, but the other monk picked her up, carried her across, and continued walking. Hours later, the first monk couldn't hold back his frustration. "How could you carry that woman?" The other monk smiled and replied, "I put her down hours ago. Why are you still carrying her?" This story perfectly illustrates how emotions like anger and resentment are not dictated by external circumstances but by our attachment to them. The monk who carried the woman let go immediately, while the other monk continued to suffer due to his attachment to judgment and dogma. Lesson: the first step in emotional mastery is recognizing that it is not events but our interpretations of them that create emotional turbulence. The art of emotional detachment: observing without reacting. Emotional detachment versus emotional suppression. Detachment does not mean ignoring emotions or suppressing them. It means witnessing them without becoming entangled. Imagine emotions as passing clouds in the sky. You observe them, acknowledge their presence, but do not chase or resist them. Practice the pause method. When a strong emotion arises, instead of reacting immediately, pause. Breathe deeply. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. And exhale for 6 seconds. Label the emotion. Say to yourself, "I am experiencing frustration," rather than "I am frustrated." This subtle shift reminds you that emotions are transient states, not fixed identities. Ask yourself, what is this emotion teaching me? Transforming anger into wisdom. The nature of anger. Buddhism teaches that anger is like holding a hot coal with the intention of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. However, anger, when acknowledged and channeled correctly, can serve as a powerful tool for self-awareness. Story: The Samurai and the Zen Master. A fierce samurai once asked a Zen master, "What is the difference between heaven and hell?" The master replied with disdain, "You're nothing but a brute. You don't deserve an answer." The samurai, enraged, drew his sword. The master calmly said, "That is hell." The samurai, realizing the wisdom in the response, bowed in gratitude. The master then said, and that is heaven. This story highlights that heaven and hell exist within our own minds, dictated by our reactions. Practical application. When anger arises, observe its source. Is it pride? Fear? A feeling of injustice? Redirect the energy. Use it to fuel something constructive like creative expression, physical activity, or problem solving. Choose curiosity over judgment. Instead of saying, "Why did they do this to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" The what-if mindset, reframing negative thoughts. The what-if method is a cognitive tool that shifts our perspective. Instead of defaulting to negative assumptions, we ask questions that open possibilities. What if this setback is an opportunity? What if this criticism has a valuable lesson? What if this delay is protecting me from something worse? Example. Imagine a man who misses his flight and reacts with frustration. Later, he learns the flight experienced severe turbulence and an emergency landing. The moment he reframes the experience, his anger dissipates, replaced by gratitude. This simple mindset shift can prevent unnecessary emotional suffering. Self-sovereignty, taking full ownership of your emotions. Why we blame external factors. Blaming others for our emotions gives away our power. Self-sovereignty means taking full responsibility for our feelings. Understanding that while we cannot control others, we can always control our reactions. Exercise. Each time you find yourself blaming something external for your mood, replace the phrase, "They made me feel," with, "I allowed myself to feel." This shift reclaims emotional autonomy. The power of silence, mastering non-engagement. Why silence is strength. Silence is not weakness, it is strategic wisdom. Engaging in every argument or defending every point only fuels unnecessary conflict. Sometimes, the most powerful response is no response. Practice. When faced with provocation, pause and ask, "Is this worth my peace?" More often than not, silence is the wisest answer. Final reflection. Becoming the calm in the storm. Emotional mastery is not about never feeling anger, sadness, or frustration. It is about navigating these emotions with awareness and control. By integrating these Buddhist principles into daily life, you cultivate an inner sanctuary of peace, untouched by external chaos. Next time you find yourself triggered, remember, pause and breathe. Observe the emotion without attachment. Reframe the narrative with the what-if mindset. Choose silence when necessary. Own your emotional responses. As you practice these techniques, you will notice a profound shift, not just in your emotions, but in your overall sense of well-being. True strength lies not in controlling the outside world, but in mastering the world within. If you found value in this, consider subscribing to The Path to Buddhist Wisdom for more teachings on mindfulness, wisdom, and self-discovery. Let's walk this journey together.